नॉक करना है क्या? मैं एक मिनट पूछना है क्या? मैं कम इन सर? मैं कम इन?
Please.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir.
Not exactly morning, is it?
Yes, sir. Good. Sorry, sir.
It's all right.
Come in, Samiksha. Please take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
You are Samiksha Satyendra.
Yes.
Can you give us a brief introduction, please?
Sir, my name is Samiksha Satyendra Kumar Jha. I am born and brought up in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. I have completed my bachelor's from Vishwakarma Government Engineering College in Chemical Engineering, sir.
So, what has attracted you towards the civil services? With that kind of a background, you didn't think in terms of going in some career in chemical engineering? That's quite a niche area.
Yes, sir.
So what attracted you to civil services?
Sir, in civil services, we have a lot of diversity to work on. And so the second is, I think that my strength is to interact with people and I can do well in civil services than in my engineering job, sir.
I think that's the first candidate from Gujarat that we are seeing.
Yes. After a long time.
Yes.
So you had public administration as your optionals,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Can you give me some idea of the Sevottam model? Do you know anything about the Sevottam model?
Yes, sir.
Let me know about it.
Sir, it is about specific guidelines that are made based on which they are like whatever organization follows that particular guidelines, they give a certain kind of ranking that whether they are following the Sarvottam model or not.
So what exactly is the model? It has 3 components. Can you list them out for me?
Sir, I know the process like about the identification. I'm not able to recall the 3 components.
Okay. It is said that the data is the new oil. Do you agree with this? And then what exactly is meant by this? Can you expand on this a little bit?
Yes, sir. Data is known as the new oil because, sir, right now in the governance also we are looking at the digitalization. And sir, any of the sphere which is there, big data analytics and the AI are already based on the data. So, sir, if the data is there, we can analyze it more better and the policies can be also made better, sir.
Have you heard of blockchain technology?
Yes, sir.
How can it be used in governance, in administration? Firstly, how does it work, and then its application in governance and administration?
So the blockchain technology works on the hash model. So there are particular hash models which are there in which the data once fitted cannot be deleted. And so we can add to it, but we cannot delete it. And so it provides a lot of transparency and at the same time anonymity as well. So sir, this can be utilized better in governance. For example, people fake out the certificates a lot. So sir, if this is there, so the faking out of certificates and the educational degrees will be reduced. And sir, this can be also used in land records keeping, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Samiksha. So you have quite a, would say, a strange name, no? Because it's not Samiksha.
Yes.
It is XA.
Yes.
Okay, so why is that? Question number 1. And then you are a Jha. Normally we say that Jha are from Mithila.
Yes.
I have never found any Jha from Gujarat.
Yes.
So do you have roots there as well?
Sir, the answer to the first question is that like my mother wanted my name as Samiksha, but my father wanted X in the letter, in the word. So by that they have adjusted the whole name.
Okay.
So the second answer is that, sir, we are not from Mithila, we are from UP, sir, okay. And we have migrated here. Like my father came for the work purpose, sir. After marrying, he came in Gujarat itself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me that if you are posted as a district magistrate
Yes.
of a backward district,
Yes.
okay, like dance. Okay. You are aware of dance?
Yes, sir.
So, what could be your three highest priorities?
So the first priority of my consideration will be of the health, especially in Dang district. We have found that almost 72% people use tobacco. So that has caused a lot of non-communicable disease like cancer and this diabetes and all. So that will be my first. So the second is the literacy rate. The literacy rate in Dangs is very much lesser, sir. So I would focus on that. And so the third is the connectivity, sir. And after that, the economic progress of the districts.
Okay, that's all
Yes.
right. But why a progressive government? Government after governments in Gujarat, okay, they have failed to do so in dance because these are the three parameters which you mentioned.
Yes.
They are very, very critical parameters: health, communication, and education. No?
Yes.
These are primary parameters.
Yes.
So why do you think the governments have failed? Very successful governments, no, which are taken as role models.
Yes. So the first is that it is a very dense forest area and a lot of tribal population lives there. So it is very much harder to directly implement the policies, sir. Sir, I'm aware about this one reason.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Sir, sir, about the tribe, like, sir, we can't force them and directly integrate. We have to give them time to integrate, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Because your field is public administration, so that tempted me to ask that question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you also did your academic. In chemical engineering, you said.
Yes.
So, as Sir mentioned, that chemical engineering is such a niche field.
Yes.
This one field which is really developing and
Yeah.
development of many countries actually have depended upon chemical engineering.
Yes.
Okay. So, what are the things you will be actually missing if you don't go into the field? I'm just putting that question in a reverse manner.
Yes.
So, you have chosen public administration
Yes.
field and you leave that
Yes.
field of chemical engineering, which is such an exciting field,
Yes.
which puts a country into a very fast
Yes.
developmental path. Okay, Jamnagar is an example.
Yes.
Okay, so what will be missing?
Sir, if I talk about my personal interest in chemical engineering field as well, sir, I love the import-export of chemicals as well. So, sir, I would be missing on that parameter. If I have to choose between one, and sir, other will be the research and development. That is very well going, especially in the vitamins and about the new segment development, sir. So, sir, that I would be missing out.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we were talking about data mining, and I was data mining your def.
Yes.
And I find a very interesting phenomenon here. You are born in Ahmedabad, that is Gujarat. Your mother is born in Madhya Pradesh.
Yes.
Your father from UP.
Yes.
Is my data mining okay?
Yes.
All right. If my data mining is good, tell me what is the commonality between these three things which are just data mined? What is the commonality between these three states which I just data mined?
Sir, about the communities, like, sir, I know about the people.
Commonality,
Commonality.
not community.
How is
Not
UP common
community.
to
Now,
Gujarat?
how are these three states which are just data mined have something common? You tell me what are the common areas or attributes?
So, can I take a moment?
Oh yes, please take your time.
Yes.
I did data mining for 30 seconds.
Sir, I'm not able to articulate.
Well, I'll give you an answer.
Yes.
These are all three states ruled by the BJP. Number three, these are three states which have a common boundary,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Okay, sir.
These are all spontaneous questions. We don't prepare ourselves,
Sure.
you know. Anyway, coming back to your background, I find the somebody is not available with us, and that's why we are hunting.
Yes.
Yeah, the other somebody. Now, there is something called data mining now. Can you just describe the process? Because it is a very scientific method of mining. And And then how does the process goes, and then thereafter it leads to what? What is the next stage of after data mining?
Sir, I know in the terms of cryptocurrency one, exactly, sir, I'm not aware about the whole process. Sir, it's about
What do you do after data mining? Okay, once you have done the data mining, what do you do thereafter? What's the next stage?
sir, analysis of the data.
Absolutely. Good.
Yes.
Then how do you do the analysis?
Sir, we can use different tools for that same. Like we can use Power BI or such tools for easy analysis and getting the graphical representations of the same. So it is easy to analyze the data, like by the graphical pictures and all.
Last question to you.
Yes.
You come from a state which has been under order of prohibition for
Yes.
many years. But the fact of the matter is, it's a reality that the liquor is available on a phone call. So this prohibition policy in that case has failed, and in turn giving an adverse impact on the revenue as well.
Yes.
So you're losing on the revenue. Give me a free and honest answer. What's your take on this subject?
Sir, like whether we should ban or not?
That's your perception.
Okay.
You have to see whether you want to go ahead and you don't want to go ahead. I'm asking
Yes.
your take on the subject.
Sir, like there have been lot of innovative smuggling methods been adopted for getting the liquor. And sir, it is true that being after called a dry state, the liquor is available. And in fact, the more consumption is done. So, sir, that is one fact. But, sir, however, I also believe that the ban should not lift it because, sir, it has improved the safety concerns of the city. Like the city feels very safe, even if we walk at night as well. And, sir, the second is the nutrition level.
The city was otherwise also safe when there was no prohibition. I mean, that it was already always safe. Gujarat is said to be the safest for
Yes,
the
sir.
women in India.
But sir, somehow I also feel that if there are liquor shops here and there and people are taking the liquor, there is a certain kind of insecurity that is there. And so people won't freely walk, especially the women. They will not be allowed to freely walk or they will not themselves walk. Because that anyhow there can be some nuisance or all. So sir, by that method, the liquor ban has created a lot of safety angles.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
How are you, Samiksha?
Good, ma'am.
Samiksha, you're a chemical engineer
Yes.
and you were talking about trade in chemicals.
Yes.
So, is it possible to freely trade in all chemicals internationally? Or are there global regimes in place for trading in international trading in chemicals?
Ma'am, there is a Rotterdam Convention which have certain, like the prior informed consent is there. Wherever the hazardous chemicals have to be traded, then certain practices have to be maintained. And overall, if we are exporting the hazardous material, then there are a lot of checks as well, and also the cost of shipping increases if it is compared with the non-hazardous component, ma'am. So there is certain restrictions as well in that.
Have you heard of chemical weapons? Are they in use?
Ma'am, there is a convention which bans it, the chemical weapon convention. But ma'am, lastly, it has been, it was used by in the Ukraine-Russia war, and it was also termed as the dirty bomb, ma'am.
What is Agent Orange? Have you heard of Agent Orange?
No, sorry, ma'am. I will read about it, ma'am.
Okay. How is ricin a chemical weapon? Can we call it a chemical weapon?
Ma'am, Agent Orange?
Ricin.
Sorry, ma'am, I don't know about it. I will read it.
Okay. So you tell me, you read newspapers.
Yes, ma'am.
Which papers do you read?
Ma'am, the Indian Express.
Indian Express.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're aware of what's happening in the Russia-Ukraine war.
Yes.
What is the exact situation right now? There was a little development yesterday. Did you follow that?
Ma'am, as of I know about the broader picture, it is a frozen war to say. And ma'am, about like what happened yesterday, I'm not able to recall right now, ma'am.
Russia is using North Korean weapons. Did you read about that?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
So you said it's a frozen war. Is there any other frozen war in the world? Is there a frozen war in the world at present?
Hmm. Ma'am, can I take a guess about it? Ma'am, it is expected that the Israel and Palestine war will end up in the frozen war. So, ma'am, that is one I can consider.
There is an existing war which is frozen, the Korea.
North Koreans and South. Yes.
South Korea. You heard about, there's going to be a couple of very important elections this year.
Yes.
Tell us about a few of the elections, other than the Indian election, which we know is going to happen.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not able to recall it.
Pakistan?
No, ma'am, I know about one election in which anarcho-capitalism was introduced. Ma'am, but I am not able to recall the country right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you heard of something called ODA, Overseas Development Assistance? Do you know what it is?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, it is something, if I can guess it, about the help to the these immigrants which are going outside.
No.
So,
last question, do you know what is BRI? Belt and Road
Yes, ma'am.
Initiative. What is it?
ma'am, it is an initiative of China to expand its export. And ma'am, it is about to make a global export regime which will connect like the Europe and the African countries as well. And ma'am, this is by the method because China has a lot of surplus. So it is to dump as well. So ma'am, that is, it came in 2013, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, Samiksha.
Good evening, sir.
You are from Ahmedabad district.
Yes.
Can you tell me a different name for Ahmedabad? Some historical name?
Yes. Sir, it was named as Karnavati.
And this Ahmedabad name origins from where?
Sir, the Ahmedabad name comes from the ruler, that is Ahmad Shah, who has founded the city in 1411.
You have done your BTech in chemical engineering.
Yes.
Tell me, is cloud seeding a chemical change or a physical change?
Sir, it involves sir, it will be a physical change.
Are you sure?
Sir, a bit. I'm not fully sure, sir.
Coming to your hobbies, you have mentioned about teaching and mentoring.
Yes.
According to you, who is a good teacher?
Sir, a good teacher, first of all, knows the subject knowledge. The second is, he will be like friendly to the children. He will not, in the sense, be very strict and impose the learning on them. So the third is that he will also have a specific pedagogy for the children. Like those with with special needs or those who have weaker subjects. So the power of identification and making them learn is what defines a good teacher.
What's your opinion on coaching institutes in general?
Sir, coaching institutes of any specific field?
And anything. There have been coaching institutes all over of different
Yes.
fields. What's your opinion on that?
Sir, I have two opinions on the same. The first is that the expansion of coaching institute shows that somewhere our parents are not very sure about the school education, or it can be that the school education is lacking somewhere. And sir, the second is that if we see the coaching institute expansion, sir, it is more towards the getting the results, getting the ranks in that, rather than like learning the subject. So I can understand that the learning is not happening properly in the schools as well and in the coaching as well.
What can be done to improve this education system in India?
So the first is to change the pedagogy. It is more towards exam-centric model and more towards like what the results are. Based on that, the capability of a children is being assessed. So that should be changed. And so the second one is about that the curriculum which is there. So it should include particularly something of children's interest as well. So like many in the schools, the physical education is not something that is more focused on. So we need to focus on that so that children enjoy really.
Something was done in this regard in new education policy?
Yes, sir. Like the physical education is focused in the new education policy, And sir, the second is that we have also came out with value education, which will certainly help to improve our education systems.
Okay, Samiksha.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So that brings us to the end of our formal interaction, Samiksha.
Thank you, sir.
How do you think you fared?
Sir, I lagged at many of the places.
Okay, so let me just give you a. When is your interview?
Sir, 11th.
11th of January?
Yes, sir. Very near.
That's good, no problem.
Okay.
You're good.
You just keep a few things in mind.
Sure, sir.
One is curb your tendency to guess.
Yes.
If you don't know anything, it's not a crime, and you're not expected to know everything.
Sure, sir.
But if you start the guessing game, then that will recoil on you.
Yes.
Because you may give the completely wrong answer, and then that becomes a minus mark.
Yes, sir.
The second thing is be fully aware of your surroundings and what is expected. You came in and said good morning at 5:15.
Yes.
You first need to wish the lady member,
Yes.
then wish the chairman, and not towards the others. You don't have to wish everyone individually.
Okay.
Then wait till you are told to sit down. Okay, no hurry, no anxiousness, no tension.
Sure, sir.
Huh? With very little time left, I would suggest keep your mind completely uncluttered. Huh? Go in with a very positive mindset that you have all the attributes that make a good officer.
Yes.
And essentially, you have a pleasant personality, you are able to articulate your thoughts, you have a reasonably sound knowledge base, so everything's working in your favor, you have nothing to fear.
Yes.
Best of luck, you'll do very well.
Sir, I have some doubts. Sir, I think that somewhere I'm lacking a lot in knowledge aspect. Like many times I'm fumble.
It's
sir.
not a test of knowledge.
Yes, sir.
It's not a test of knowledge as Sir said.
Yes.
Okay? It is the test of your personality.
Yes.
Personality is how good you are in terms of communicating your views,
Yes.
making rational choices, good judgments,
Hello.
and doing
हाँ
things.
पिलर
which
नंबर
are
110 पर आ जाइए हमारे 5 मिनट
You
में
have to be impartial.
Yes.
हम
You cannot take sides.
Yes.
Whenever a tricky question is asked to you, that
Yes.
What is good or bad? Rather than saying good or bad, you may say that okay, these are the pros, these are the cons. Because you have chosen public administration as one of the main topics, so maybe that you will be asked a lot of questions around
Yes.
that. That how do you actually implement these things? No? Like the one I was trying to break it.
Yes.
Okay.
any other question from your side?
Sir, I do look impatient or I was anxious, speaking very fast.
You were nervous.
You worry, and take it just easy. You have a great potential, let me tell you. Which attempt is this?
Second, sir.
This is your second attempt.
Yes, sir.
First
First.
attempt you.
Sir, not cleared prelims.
Well, it's all right.
Yes.
This is part of life, you know.
Yes.
I've seen people banging in the last attempt
Yes.
and coming in first 20. So, see, there would be questions where you would be very confident of, but there would be some tricky questions coming in, right? Where you'll have to really think, take your time, don't be in a hurry. Like I picked up a question, it was spontaneous. Just spontaneous I picked up, and then it says we were talking about data mining, so therefore I picked up, great.
Yes.
So you have to just think, and with a cool mind, you'll immediately get an answer. You'll get an answer. So you can always give a pause and take it. You could have very well answer, but you got slightly nervous, no? You thought, what is the common area, commonality? First of all, you got confused with the word itself. Then you should have asked me.
Sir, I heard commonalities, but I was not sure about commonalities. Like I just thought that to say that geography,
They're
yeah.
not going to specifics. The idea is that you got to be cool and calm and listen
Sure.
to the question. That's very important. Many times, I've seen candidates who miss out the question itself,
Yes.
and they start giving something absolutely off tangent, and not even hitting the target. So you have a good potential, and I'm sure you're going to do well, and all the very best. If anybody has to add on.
I just want to add that your assets are you've got a very pleasing personality,
Yes.
and you smile,
Yes.
try and smile, and just don't get under pressure.
Yes.
You're very good. Okay, don't get under pressure. Akbar paro.
Yes.
Inky mantra hai, patience and don't get nervous.
Sir, like
You
the
gave a
answer.
very good smile just now, which was missing through the entire interview.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Best
sir.
of luck.
Thank
Thank you
you.
all the very best. God bless
Thank
you.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.